Hey y'all, in this video we're going to be discussing ISO and how you can manage it properly to avoid getting messes like this and instead get beautiful shots like this. So ISO is one of the three sides of the exposure triangle along with aperture and shutter speed. I've also made lessons on those two as well as a recap video that shows you how to balance all three of them together. So ISO is a term that's been carried over from the film days. It was used to measure how sensitive your film was. These days it's used to refer basically to the sensitivity of your camera sensor, the chip that's inside your camera that actually gathers in all the light and processes your images. ISO is typically measured in increments of 100 with entry-level DSLRs ranging anywhere from 100 to about 6,400. Higher-end DSLRs can go upwards of 50,000. But no matter what the camera, I typically don't like to go above about 75% of the range for reasons we're gonna see in just a second. So like I said, ISO measures the sensitivity of your image sensor. So here's a photo of the South Carolina State House dome. It's taken at an ISO 400 and it's pretty dark. Now in the second photo, I bumped up the ISO to 1600. As you can see, we were able to brighten up the image without changing any other settings and without losing much image quality. Now you wanna be careful not to go too high with your ISO because you're gonna start to get noise or artifacts. That's what's in this image that's making it all blurry and grainy. And as you can see in this succession, as I ramp it up, you start to see more and more noise as you get higher with your ISO. Now there are ways to fix this in post, Lightroom or Photoshop, but they're not perfect, and you always want to get the best image possible out of your camera to begin with. Of course, sometimes you're not going to be able to avoid bumping up the ISO, and in that case, I'd say, would you rather have a kind of grainy picture of an important event, or would you rather not have a photo at all? So like I said, I typically don't like to go above about 75% of any given camera's range. A good way to dial in exactly what you're comfortable with on your camera, just take your camera, throw on the lens cap, then take a photo at successive ISOs. So I did that here with my camera all the way up to its max of 25,600. As you can see in the lower ones all the way up to about 8,000, you can't really tell a difference. Definitely tell it up in the 20 to 25,000 range. You can definitely see some at about 12,000. I'm probably not gonna shoot more than 10,000 on this camera. So that's a little bit less than the 75%. Depending on the situation, you know, I might be okay going up to about 15,000. So to recap, a higher ISO will give you a brighter image, but you're gonna run the risk of it getting too noisy, so be careful when you're adjusting it. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you want feedback on some of your photos, feel free to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. That's all I got for today. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit the little bell and you'll get notified each time a new lesson comes out. Thanks for watching, see y'all next time.